Hello and welcome back to Old School Modeler. My name is Nick. So today is a final on the Rust Bucket group build / Glory Days of Drag Racing group build. And the Rust Bucket group build is hosted by Mars over at Mars Garage. And the Glory Days Drag Racing group build is hosted by Tiffany at Dirt Road Cinderella and Joe at Big Sky Model Workshop. So I first started off with this kit here. It's at the AMT 41 Plymouth Coupe, the Coca-Cola edition. I got this kit from Zippi over at the garage with Zippi. He was doing a pay it forward a while back, and I entered and he forgot to write my name down, which it happens. I wasn't mad about it or anything. I just politely let him know that, hey, you didn't write my name down. So he felt bad and he sent me this kit. And then he said that I could do my own pay it forward, which I did. I did that a while back as well. So I did my pay it forward, and old Tom won that. Rambler 69. So with this kit, I didn't know what to do with it. I thought about doing like a moonshine runner or something like that, but then this Glory Days of Drag Racing group build came about, so I was like, I can make this into a drag car. At first, it was just going to be a quick and easy build. Throw some slicks on it, use the stock V8 that comes in this kit, and then just paint it. Well, that didn't end up working out because the V8 that was in this kit, it was short shot on the front of the block and the rear of the block, and it was also bent and warped pretty bad, so I couldn't use it. So then it just snowballed from there. I had a spare 426 Hemi with the four-speed transmission, and the slicks and with the wheels and tires. The engine and wheels and tires came out of the Revell 68 Charger kit. So it all snowballed from there, and this is the end result. So bring it a little closer here. So get a closer look. I did the patina look on it for the Rust Bucket group build. And then the Glory Days Drag Racing, this is just a fantasy. A guy just wanted to go racing. He had a 68 Charger that was wrecked pretty hard in the rear. He got T-boned. So he had a good engine, good transmission. He bought this car, his 41 Plymouth, pretty cheap. He didn't care what it looked like. He had an engine, he had a car, and then he put it together, and he went racing. And he doesn't have a name for it yet. He's not worried about the paint yet. He just wants to race, have fun, and he put this car together. He had to make some engine mounts and shoehorn the 426 Hemi in there. And I went ahead and did the B gas, because this would be like an early 70s low buck gasser with the stock suspension. No straight axle. I went ahead, I did the blue headlights. I took the lenses and I did a blue Sharpie behind the lens before I glued it in. It's a scratch built rear bumper. Like I said, these wheels and tires, the rear slicks and the wheels and the front wheels came out of the Revell 68 Charger. The front tires came out of this kit here. I did do chrome trim down the side. I put taillights in it. Put the handle for the trunk. We'll bring it around and we'll get a closer look at it. Put the hood emblem on it. I wired the 426 Hemi. I had that scoop in my my parts box. That scoop is out of the MPC 57 Chevy Spirit of 57. So I had to notch the firewall a little bit. You can kind of see it. I shaved it down on the one side. So the engine's in the factory location and it's not set back like some gassers you would have saw back then. I went ahead and I just painted the front half because the guy had to make engine mounts, so he went ahead and painted the front half of the frame and then just left the rest. These headers came with this engine. They're the long tube headers. They're supposed to come out here, but this is the right side header and this is the left side header, and I flipped them to each side and then I flipped them upside down, and then I heated them up in here to get them where they are, away from the frame. I'm pointing in the right direction. The floor and the frame, the rest of the frame is all dry brushed with craft paints. And then weathering powder for the orange rust look. So there's several different layers. And then when I painted all of this black, I left these brackets black. And then I just rubbed off the craft paint here and here. So they like welded the brackets on, sprayed them black, and then made some mounts up here. These are scratch built ladder bars. This is the stock drive shaft, the stock rear end. I had to shorten the drive shaft. It's shortened right in here, so you don't see it. I had to extend the wheel backs, so it gives it the little bit of poke out the fenders. I like that look. Like I said, these Keystone Classics are out of the Revell 68 Charger kit. I did lift the front end. I put a couple spacers up in here, and then I made some spacers, ball joint spacers for there, because that's how the blow buck gassers were. They just had wagon springs and then the ball joint spacers. Can't see too much of the interior, but you can see I did detail the gauges a little bit. There's no tack. I kind of ran out of time, kind of forgot about tack, and there is a rear seat. I didn't feel like cutting that out, so it's a bench seat, front and rear. I did do the door handles in Molotov Chrome. The chrome trim is Molotov Chrome. That's Molotov Chrome. See down there in there the T-handle shifter with the line lock button. That is from this kit, as well as the steering wheel and steering column is from this kit. So the kit chrome was a little too nice, and I just did some weathering powder. I'll show you the weathering powders I used. I did that on the headlight bezels and the trunk handle to dull it down. I did the speed holes in the frame, and then you see up in there the radiator bracket has some speed holes. So yeah, that's the AMT 41 Plymouth. I did do the cowl vent. I opened that up. First time doing that. Had a lot of fun doing that. So I'm going to show you the products I used. So we'll first start off with the primer. This is Rust-Oleum 2X flat red primer. That was the base for it. And then I did Rust-Oleum 2X flat gray primer. That's what you see here. And then I laid 2X blue, gloss deep blue over the top of that. And then I let that all dry, and I went ahead and wet sanded it all down with I think 600 and 400 in some places. So I did all that. Let it spin around. And then for the chassis, I just did the flat black primer, and then I did flat black on the interior chassis, and then I went ahead with my craft paints for the chassis: chocolate bar, nutmeg brown, and chestnut. These are cheap craft paints. Got these off of Amazon for like less than $1. So that's what I use for the underneath the chassis. And as far as the weathering powders, I have these Tamiya weathering powders. I got the A, B, and C. I got the whole set, but for this I only use A, B, and C. I use the sand and mud and stuff for the interior and stuff. And then you got your rust and soot. I use the soot for the exhaust tips and around the wheel well. Just some light rubber and all that. And then I used the orange rust. And then I did the silver on the chrome. The chrome headlight bezels, just to dull it down a little bit, I did the silver. So, with that being said, long video, sorry, had to explain everything I done. This is a really fun build. I really enjoyed it. I'm always gonna try to be in the rust bucket group build. This is the one time I ever do like a rust bucket. Most of my builds are shinies, but I have a lot of fun doing the patina and rust every once in a while. I probably should do more because I do have a lot of fun with it. Definitely going to be in the Glory Days of Drag Racing group build next year. So yeah, I thank Tiffany and Joe for hosting the Glory Days of Drag Racing group build, and Mars for hosting the Rust Bucket group build. I had a lot of fun with this build, and like I said before, it was supposed to be a quick and easy build, and it just snowballed from there. So I'll have all these guys linked down below, and I'll also have a link to Zippy's channel down below for gifting me this kit. This kit went together very well. I wouldn't mind getting another one and do a moonshine runner, because that's what I was originally wanted to do with this kit, but I didn't know how well of a kit it was. But yeah, it was a pretty good kit. It went together pretty well. All the door seams, they're real deep. It's a really good kit. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I did with it, and I hope all of you guys enjoyed it. So with that being said, go ahead and give me a like, comment, subscribe, do what you want, and build that model your way. Have a great night.